Okay, so keeping with the, oh Lord, just come apart. Keeping with the theme tonight. There's not really a theme, I just made that up. But I have been doing a lot of foreign politics. I did Northern Ireland. I did China. I did... That was it. Some stuff going to Mexico that tied to us anyway. So let's do... First, let's do a shout out. Sienna Rose did a reading on Rachel Notley, I believe, and the elections that were coming up in Alberta, Canada. And Rachel Notley lost and Jason Kenney won. Jason Kenney is conservative. So, these just won't spread. I'm going to try you one more time. So, Jason Kenney, how will you do? Because an article I read is he's sort of in a position right now to where he can come out and be the diplomat, or he can come out and be, you know, an ass. Because British Columbia, he has threatened in saying that we can cut off oil supplies to you guys. And Quebec is sort of at odds with him as well, because Jason Kenney wants to build a pipeline. You know, that whole big pipeline project. He wants to start that. And mind you, environmentalists are like, no, that's not a good thing to do, because, you know, you build that pipeline, game over. But he wants to build the pipeline. He said, on one hand, he can starve British Columbia. He said he was not necessarily looking to starve British Columbia of oil. It's just something he wanted the power to do. This sounds to me just like a threat. Like, I don't want to hurt you, but I just want the ability to do so. In case I need to, I can snatch your oil from you. In case you don't, you know, play along with my rules. And Quebec is like, I don't want the pipeline running through my province. And he's like, but I want it to. And so there, he's at odds with his neighbors. So, how will he do? The Chariot. This is moving forward, victory, and self-discipline. He has won. Rachel Notley on her way out was like, it's going to take more than rhetoric to get this done, sir, because this is apparently a very complicated matter, being the premier of Alberta, so you're not just going to walk in and say what you're going to do and it's going to magically happen. That's not how anything works. So he may be in over his head, but, you know, let's see. Justice. So right now, out the gate, there is a sense of balance. A lot of people I've seen was just like, oh, he's just another, you know, conservative blowhard and all these other type of things. But right out the gate, I think some people are willing to give him a chance. But it's, in my opinion, now I'm not Canadian and I'm not from Alberta, so I don't know the whole system. But from my viewpoint from way down south, it seems to me that you know who a person is at this stage in their career. So giving a person a chance is one thing. Giving a person a chance when you know who they are is called support. You either support him or you don't. So this whole undecided voter mentality, I just never understood. But anyway, out the gate, the self-discipline and balance. So, because all of these little threats and stuff, he had this in the past with people. It's still there, mind you, but 4 wands. That's him in the institution. King of Swords. I'm not sure what his sign is. This is the air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Major change. He has now won, so he's going to make a change to the institution. So out goes the balance. He's going to basically implement his, or try to implement his viewpoint, which is what his supporters want. So he has to sort of remain in between what his base wants and what the future of Alberta really needs. And so this is kind of where he is right now. 4 Swords. Now, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what his sign is, but if this is him, there is some reserve, I'll call it that you must have. This isn't the strength card. Just the 4 of Swords is basically warning you past the strength. The strength is a restraint. Like, show some restraint. Don't go in and try to snatch oil from the BC because you don't like them. Go in, listen first. Calculate, formulate, then act. It's not your word of warning, but this is your advice. This is what you need to do. Don't go rushing in, but I mean, we already see that. This is your crown and your base. You're going to go in and try to implement your vision. He wants to, of course, defeat Trudeau, and he wants to get rid of the carbon tax and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Because, anyway, your fear is the Queen of Wands. I'm not sure who she is, but there is a woman of fire sign. Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Your hopes, the Hermit. This is usually isolation and searching for answers, but the Hermit in this case is more so of, not dictator, but I'm in charge. Like, I'm the guy, I alone can fix this. Where have we heard that before? In your environment, the King of Cups. There's a man around you, and the Lover's card. The both of you work basically in tandem. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know how the politics work. I don't know if he has a running mate or an assistant or whatever happens, but there's a person who shares his ideals. 6 of Wands. Celebrated person, but that's your word of warning. Don't go in and be the king. Go in and listen first. It's warning you twice, which means this is very important to not only you, but the well-being of Albertans. The 3 of Cups. Celebration, so that's your word of solace. You are in. Whether or not people like you or not is really immaterial at this point, but you are in. 3 of Swords. There's a separation. I don't know if you're going to stay in, or if you're going to be there and people are going to like you, because this is a betrayal and a heartbreak. So you may not be what Alberta needs, basically. So let's see if we can't get some more on this here. Five of Swords. There's a defeat and a loss there. 8 of Pentacles. Work. Six of Swords. Painful transition. 9 of Swords. Anxiety. You are not who Alberta wanted. Or you will not be what it needs. This is not seen as a victory for some, you being in this job. And the transition of Rachel into you leaves some with some anxiety. The Lover's card pops back up again. The Eight of Pentacles, so again with the work and the discipline. Discipline and the Six of Swords and the Page of Swords. So it seems to me that you lived your life like a candle in the wind. But there is the Chariot and the Six of Swords and the Page of Swords. This is basically saying that you and your transition, again, is disappointing news for some people. I mean, it just... Seven of Pentacles. This anxiety. It's going to be... So, okay. Here's where I am. You got in. Some were willing to give you a chance. Others are completely devastated. The Page of Swords is about your disappointing news. This is your anxiety. And then your Seven of Pentacles is basically saying that this is going to be something that is rooted. So there's a lot that he may do in a short amount of time that is detrimental to the populace, or at the very least, those who didn't vote for you. The Magician. Casting illusions, magic, justice. There's your balance again. And your ideals and your, yeah, someone's going to help you pull stuff off, basically. Four of Swords, there's your retreat. Again, it's telling you, before you go out and just rush ahead, be sure you know what in the world you are doing. Does it affect everyone? Does it affect a small amount of people? Is this a good effect? Like this is what Rachel was saying. You can't just go out and say what you're going to do and then poof, it happens. You need to balance this out. Building the pipeline is one thing, but do you know what it takes to build a pipeline? Do you know how much money is going to take to build this pipeline? Do you know the consequences of building a pipeline? People. Four of Wands. You can't see that. Four of Wands. There's your institution. Connected with the Lovers, the work, Chariot, and the Magician. So everything you need, you have. For the most part, I think that he will do the way we expect him to do. A person who not to disparage conservatives, but a person who says he's conservative and is basically going to govern like one. Good luck.